yogi friends, and welcome back to my home practice. My name is Nastia, and today I prepared for you a prenatal vinyasa class, vinyasa practice. So I just started my 7th month of pregnancy, and I noticed that most of the prenatal yoga videos are for relaxation, which is understandable, of course, but I wanted to do something a bit different, something more dynamic. That's why I created this sequence. Obviously, it's not going to be as dynamic as your typical vinyasa class. I'm not going to be doing all those planks and chaturangas, but if you're not pregnant, feel free to use them instead of modifications that I'm offering. Otherwise, enjoy the practice. I hope you find it useful, and if you do, please share some support, share some likes, maybe share this video with a mama to be who might benefit from it as well, and I'm looking forward to hear it from you about it. All right, and we'll start today on sitting in a comfortable seated position, whether it's sukhasana for you, cross-legged, or like myself on the knees. You can also tuck your toes just for a bit of the extra stretch for your feet. And we'll start with a few breaths, few ujjayi breaths to start warming up our bodies, generating heat, and also to just tune in into the practice, tune in into ourselves, and start paying attention to our breath, taking it to the next conscious level. Feel free to place your hands comfortable in your lap or in front of your chest, wherever it feels comfortable for you. Take a deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Feel free to close your eyes if it feels supporting. Another one like that with the mouth open. And now the same breath, but with your mouth shut and breathing in and out through your nose. So we're creating a slight constriction in the back of the throat, and this way we're generating this typical ujjayi sound that sounds a little bit like ocean waves. So take a deep inhale. Feel your diaphragm expand on your breath in. Feel your chest expand in all directions. Not only your collarbones, but your outer ribs, your back ribs. Everything is kind of flaring out once you inhale and going back when you exhale. Keep breathing like that. And try to maintain this breathing throughout the practice today. Whenever you think that you feel your thoughts are getting louder than your breath, come back to that ujjayi pranayama and keep breathing with this slight constriction in the back of your throat. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's move into our hands and knees. Be gentle with your toes. If they were tucked all this time, they might feel a little bit uncomfortable. So maybe a few circles would feel nice to return to that normal blood circulation. Now we'll start with some cat-cows, but not the typical cat-cows, but more like waves. When you inhale, you move forward and open your chest, and when you exhale, you start by tucking your tailbone and moving backwards. Inhale, bend your elbows, open your chest, and exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, move back. Some of the movement comes from your hips mostly, especially when you move back. Don't try to do a big back bend here. Really just try to open the chest, not so much back bending in your lower back when you move forward. One more here. And on the exhale, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back into your downward dog. Feel free to walk your dog and take any other movement that helps you to relax into this asana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remember about your Ujjayi breathing. Relax your shoulders, head and neck. One more inhale here. And exhale, lower your knees to the floor again. Find your tabletop with your neutral spine, untuck your toes. Inhale, bend your elbows, open your chest, slide forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round the spine, send your hips back. About 5 waves here like this. Warming up our spine. And on the 5th repetition, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, walk your dog, maybe lift and lower the heels. For about 3 breath cycles. Inhale here, and on the exhale, lower the knees back, and we'll repeat it one more time. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, slide back. Inhale, open the chest, bend at the elbows. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, send your hips back. It's a great exercise for your pelvic floor muscles. So that's a good prenatal exercise to prepare yourself for labor if you're pregnant. 2 more here. And on the last exhale, tuck your toes and send your hips back and up into your downward dog. From here, inhale, right leg up. And exhale, step it through. And find your low lunge here. Grab a belt or something like a towel that can be useful here too. That won't be stretching too much. And in our low lunge here, we'll start by checking that the hip bones are parallel to the short edge of the mat, that your right knee is right over your right ankle, and you're not collapsing too much into that front leg. Try to maintain that scissoring action of moving your right hip back and your left hip a little forward. And then once you find this alignment, inhale your hands up with your belt and find a comfortable length here. You can stay here, or if you open your hands a little wider, your arms a little wider, you can move it all the way back down. Inhale up, exhale forward. Up and exhale down. This shoulder flossing feels very nice as a chest opening. Maybe even slight back bending, but really, really gentle. It's mostly for your chest, though, for your chest and your shoulders. And keep breathing. If it gets uncomfortable for the left knee, then you can always place a blanket, fold a mat, or use some other cushion to relieve that uncomfortable sensation. Last one here. And we can move the belt to the side. Grab some blocks if you have them, and we'll do a bit of a lunge flossing back and forth. You can also do it without blocks. I like to do it with blocks in the beginning of the practice, as my hamstrings are not very warm yet, and it helps me to bridge the gap between my hands and the mat without compromising the length of my spine. Remember that we're always aiming to maintain that straight spine without rounding and aiming our belly to our thigh, not so much our forehead or something. You'll feel a more generous stretch if you follow this rule. And then once you feel warm enough, stay in your Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split. And breathe into your hamstring. Breathe into that space you're creating. Return to your to your low lunge. Then rotate towards your long edge of the mat and find your Skandasana, just as a transition, and to stretch a little more your inner thighs. You can also use the block here to sit on if that feels like too much. Especially if you're pregnant, be mindful about your stretching, because that hormone relaxin that helps our bodies to prepare for labor is also can be a concern if you're overstretching. So be mindful of all the sensations and don't stay in the like very open stretches for too long. And then on the inhale, find your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana Dvi stance, and inhale, open your arms. Exhale, lower the shoulders. Relax your upper body. Your legs are strong. Feel your glutes work here. Feel your quads. Inhale and flip your right palm and extend your right hand over your head. Exalt your warrior. And exhale. Move back and into your extended side angle with your right elbow against your right knee. If this flow feels good, then keep moving with your breath. Otherwise, you can also just stay in your exalted warrior for a few breaths and then stay in your side angle for a few breaths. 2 more here. Last one. Lower both hands to the floor. Flip your left heel up. And keep rotating towards that right leg. We're moving into our side plank. So feel free here. If this feels like too much, you can always lower the knee down. Otherwise, you can stack your right heel on top of your left heel. Make sure that your left elbow is right over your left wrist. And keep breathing. Keep lifting those hips up, up, up. And feel your transverse abdominal muscles work here. Last breath. Lower your right hand to the floor. Lower your knees to the floor. And we'll move through a modified vinyasa. If you're not pregnant, feel free to do the normal vinyasa with plank, chaturanga. Otherwise, we move on our knees, lowering our chest and chin to the floor. On the exhale, on the inhale, upward facing dog. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here. And we'll repeat the same thing on the left side. I'm just gonna switch sides, not to be facing you with my back half of the time. Inhale and sweep your left leg up. And exhale, step it through. Find your low lunge. Again, do the same checks. Your left knee is over your left ankle. Your hip bones are both parallel to the short edge of the mat. There's no back bending in the lower back. Try to lengthen your lower back instead. Grab your belt if you did it the first time. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Remember, you can stay with your arms extended over your head without going all the way back if it feels uncomfortable in your shoulder joints. Be mindful of all the sensations. Yoga is about listening to your body. Everything in this practice is just a suggestion, and you are responsible for all the modifications that your body needs today. Two more here. Make sure you're not dumping into that front leg, that your inner thigh muscles remain strong. Now maybe grab your blocks again and move between your low lunge and your half split, your Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, following your breath. Check in with your breath again. How is it feeling compared to the start of the practice? Do you feel a little bit more, a little bit higher heart rate? Maybe slow down a little bit. We want to maintain the same quality of the breath throughout the entire practice if it's possible. And then stay in your Ardha Hanumanasana, making sure your spine is straight, trying to keep your hip bones and your sit bones at the same level, because the left side will try to move forward kind of with the leg, so try to keep it on the same level with the right side. One more inhale and exhale, switch forward, remove the blocks, rotate towards the long side of the mat. Again, use the block underneath your bum if it was helpful the first time. Otherwise, stay here in Skandasana if it feels good on your inner thigh. Not too much painful sensations, no overstretching. Your spine is long. Last breath. Rotate towards your left leg. Find your warrior two stance, heel to heel alignment or heel to foot arch. And inhale, open up into your warrior two, your Virabhadrasana Dvi. Exhale, relax your shoulders, open your arms wide. Inhale, exalt your warrior. And exhale, switch into your side angle, extended side angle. And again, choose to do it dynamically, or choose to stay for a few breaths in the exalted warrior, and then a few breaths in your side angle. Feel how your Entire left side of the body is getting longer every time you exalt your warrior. And how the same happens to the right side of the body when you go into your side angle. Last one. And then lower both hands to the mat. And we'll do the side plank again. So place your right hand now in the middle of the mat. Keep rotating towards your left leg. And then when you feel ready, find your side plank. It can be, remember, it can be on the with a knee on the floor. Keep breathing. About 3 breath cycles. Lower the left hand down. Lower both your knees down. Inhale in your tabletop. Exhale, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale into your upward dog. And exhale into your downward dog. Stay in your down dog for about 2-3 breaths more. On the next inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend your knee and start doing some hip circles, opening your right leg all the way to the side. But try not to move your shoulders too much. The action should be really focused in the lower part of your body. Make those circles bigger. Last one. And step your right leg forward in between your arms. And find your high lunge this time. Without dropping the knee to the floor. Grab your belt again. We'll do a bit more shoulder flossing to open the chest. Same hip scissoring action here in the high lunge as you had in the low lunge. And don't bend your lower back so much. Try to focus on your upper chest and your upper body. Last one. And then place your left heel on the floor. Find your warrior two stance. Open your arms wide. Warrior two. Inhale, extend your right arm over your head and extend your right knee as well, your right leg. And exhale with all this length you created in the exalted warrior. Lower down into your extended triangle pose. Utthita Trikonasana. Let your hand land where it landed. Maybe it's on your shin somewhere. Maybe it's on the ankle, maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's on the block. Just try to maintain that integrity in both sides of your body. You're trying to keep your right side as long as your left side. And then inhale and lengthen. And exhale and bend your right knee into your extended side angle pose. Again, inhale and straighten the knee. And exhale and bend the knee. A little flow here again. Also feel free to lower the left arm and land it on your back. And do it with your left arm behind your back. The main focus is here that the chest is open and you're not collapsing. Your sides of the body are equally long. Try to keep that right knee over your right ankle when you're in the side angle. One more here. And next time you're in side angle, stay here. Feel free to just stay right where you are, or if it's available to you, maybe find that bind. As long as you don't feel any painful sensation anywhere and it's comfortable for your belly if you're pregnant. And breathe. On the next exhale, lower both hands down. Rotate your left heel up. And then place your left hand in the middle of the mat. We're moving again towards that side plank. Step back. Find your side plank here. If you're feeling up for it, then play with the upper leg. Maybe bend the knee, maybe extend the leg. I'm gonna stay here as this is already quite intense for me in my 7th month. But you do you. 2 more breaths. And then on the exhale, lower your hips to the floor. Bend your right leg. And from the seated position, inhale and extend your right hand over into your camatkarasana or wild thing. And exhale, lower down. We'll move dynamically again a couple of times like this. So your left arm is behind you. Your right knee is bent. Inhale and extend your right hand over and find your back bend. Your camatkarasana. Exhale and down. 3 more here. Inhale and exhale. If you're feeling up for it, also stay there statically instead of moving back and forth dynamically. Last one. Maybe stay a couple of breaths. Exhale and lower. Switch back into your hands and knees, and from there find your down dog. And feel free to rest in dog or take another vinyasa. If you're pregnant, remember your vinyasa may look like tabletop on the inhale, chest and chin on the exhale, upward facing dog, inhale, and downward dog, exhale. Again, rest in dog for a few breaths, and we'll repeat the same flow on the left side. On the inhale, your left leg goes up, bend the knee, and start doing those hip circles. Check again with your breath. If you need to slow down, slow down. If you need rest, you can rest in down dog or in child's pose at any moment. And then on the next exhale, place your left foot in between your arms and prepare for your high lunge. Again, square those hips. Grab the belt, find those strong legs, your foundation. Inhale, sweep the arms over. Exhale, open the chest. Try to slow down your movement. Try to slow down your breath. Try to slow down your thoughts. Last exhale. Flip your right foot. Find your warrior two stance. Open the arms wide into your Virabhadrasana Dvi. Exhale and stay. Inhale, straighten your leg. Extend your arm. And exhale, find your Utthita Trikonasana, your extended side triangle pose. Again, blocks can be very helpful here to maintain that straight line on both sides of your body, your left and right side. And again, extend on the inhale and bend the front leg on the exhale. Feel free to place that right arm behind your back. Move with your breath. Don't hyperextend. Find the comfortable length for you. And next time you're in side angle pose, stay right where you are. Or maybe try again for that bind if this is something you did on the other side. Remember, try to open the chest. Even here in the bind, there shouldn't be too much rounding of the spine forward. You're still trying to open the chest and gaze up if it's possible. Find your breath. And on the exhale, release your hands. And again, we're moving towards that side plank. So rotate towards your left foot. Place your right hand in the middle of the mat. Take a step back. Your left foot is over your right foot. Side plank. Do any modifications that you did on the other side. Just 3 breaths here. And lower down. Bend your left knee now. You're sitting on your bum. Your right leg is extended. Your right arm is behind you. Place on your entire right palm is on the floor. And inhale, lift that left arm over your head into your camatkarasana. And exhale and lower. Inhale, camatkarasana, a wild thing. And exhale and lower. About 5 repetitions here. Two more. Inhale into your wild thing. Exhale, sit down. And stay a bit longer in your camatkarasana on this last one. And lower down. Feel free to extend both legs in front of you. Give them a little shake. Give your arms a little shake. Whew, that was quite intense for me in my 7 months, but maybe you didn't feel that way. Let me know. And then we'll do one last little bit here. From our Dandasana, our staff pose, we place our hands on the mat behind us. And on the inhale, press your palms into the floor and start lifting your hips into your reverse plank. And exhale and lower. If this is too much, you can also bend the knees and move between your reverse tabletop and sit it. Otherwise, extend the legs and try to, when we lift, try to press your entire foot against the mat. It's quite difficult. I know it's more difficult for me now than it used to be some 6 months ago, but inhale up, exhale down. You feel how the entire surface of your legs on the back is working to keep you lifted here. Can be also quite intense on the shoulders, so be mindful of those sensations. Just a couple more here. And stay up on the last one. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Whew. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head, and exhale, move towards your Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. I like to keep my legs open for this one to make room for my belly. If you're not pregnant, you don't have to do that. But what other thing can be helpful is removing the flesh from your sit bones to find a bit of the pelvic tilt. And we're aiming our belly towards the thighs. Not so much our chest to the thighs. You know what I mean? Like no rounding of the back here. Breathe deeply. Inhale fully and exhale completely. On the next inhale, start rolling back into a seated position. And I'd like to seal this practice with the sound of Om. So we'll start by finding a comfortable seat, whether it's cross-legged Sukhasana or in Vajrasana as we started. Whatever feels comfortable for you, whatever feels supported for you. Just remember that your spine is long. You feel how your sit bones are supported by the prop, by the floor, or maybe you're seated on your heels. Whatever you're seated on, feel that support. And feel your spine grow longer on each inhale. How your shoulders are relaxing with each exhale. Take one more cleansing breath here. Feel free to leave your hands in your lap and maybe connect them at the chest in your Anjali Mudra. Inhale to Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you soon. Namaste. From my heart to yours.